Friendship
Fridays.
It's good to see you again, Shobha.
Good to see you, Seema. How's it been in this rainy afternoon?
It's been hot, wet and humid, but that doesn't stop us, right, from getting together.
Exactly. We are unstoppable.
Oh, that reminds me of the song, I'm Unstoppable. My daughter keeps listening to it. No children anymore.
Okay, no, we're talking about self-talk.
Self-talk, what a powerful topic. And it's something we all do.
We all do.
24/7.
The first thing we do when we wake up in the morning is when we look at ourselves in the mirror. We look at ourselves and we say, oh, I'm looking old, oh, my hair is not nice, oh, my skin doesn't look good. And then we continue with that role of conversation all throughout the day and feeling not good enough. Now, I personally wake up in the morning and consciously talk about self-talk myself into a positive mindset, into saying I'm good, I'm grateful, I'm happy, things are going great, I'm grateful for everything will happen perfectly today, I'm doing well, small mistakes, I will ignore it. But Seema, what I'm very curious about is how do we relate that in the body? I'm talking about mind, you talk about body. How can we work with having a positive self-talk through our bodies?
This is a very, very powerful thing you picked up on.
Yeah.
Now the thing with self-talk is, Shobha, I feel, like you said, many of us wake up in the morning and say, oh, I look a mess, my hair. We start our day with that negative self-talk, and that negative self-talk creates a heaviness in our body.
Yeah.
And you carry that heaviness within your body throughout the day, and it is reflected in your body language.
So
in
you
your
feel drained.
steps, you
Yeah.
generally have this feeling of lethargy. But if you shift that and you start yourself with a very bright and beautiful day, and you can start by saying, it's a wonderful day and all good things are coming my way.
Yeah.
I mean, just when you hear that, you feel a sense of lightness.
Yes, and I think it's important to smile at ourselves.
Smile at yourselves in the mirror.
And don't look grumpy and like mean, as if you're looking at a friend. So smile at yourself, smile, and then that energy sort of comes into the body, isn't it?
Now listen, for example,
Yeah.
talking about friends, if you had a friend in front of yours, we're both good friends, and I came up to you and I told, oh Shobha, I feel terrible, I feel heavy, I feel sad, I feel I'm not good enough, I can't do this. The first thing you're going to say to me is,
Come on,
Seema, don't be
Seema.
silly.
Yeah, come on, Seema, you've done so much, you've achieved so much, you are great at whatever it is that you are doing.
So if we can do that for others,
Ourselves, yeah.
why can't we do it for ourselves? Why is it so difficult?
Yeah, I wonder why. Because I think we are harder on ourselves. Like they say, we are our own worst critic. How do we counter that? I mean, it's a struggle that we continue with.
The struggle with the inner critic. So the first thing I would say is, you have to be aware. Aware that you're actually indulging in that negative self-talk. You don't have to be aware about positive self-talk because it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's there, it's good for you. You know, but when you have that negative self-talk and you say, oh, I feel this, so I'm not good enough. First thing is to flip it and say, I am good enough, I am capable, I can do it, because thoughts are things.
They are energy, so they will manifest into beliefs, behavior.
Absolutely.
So what I do is I ask myself, when I have this spiraling situation where I'm saying, oh, I'm so stupid, I did this, I shouldn't have done that, then I ask myself, why? Why do I feel this way? Why am I saying I am not good enough or I'm not capable enough? When I ask the question why, then I can get the answers that I am looking for, which is like, no, actually today was not such a good day, but I've had good days, I've done great things, I've accomplished so much. So that's where I bring in the question why. Why am I not good enough? Oh, because I didn't make the tea perfectly. Oh, why didn't I make the tea perfectly? It has been perfect before. It has been great. Today was a little bit less milk or less sugar or whatever. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, you see. So
But you see, you're questioning why, you're bringing in the why because you're aware.
Yes, correct.
So the first key thing is to be aware. Be aware that you are indulging yourself in negative self-talk.
Yeah, Seema, that's the vital first step.
That's
Correct.
the first step. And another thing I'll say is, why do we have self-talk? What does it stem from? A lot of it stems from daily stress and strain. We're going through so much in our daily lives.
And we want to do so much and we want to do it perfectly.
You want to do so much and you want to do it perfectly, and I think it's nice to just step back and say, okay, maybe today I won't be able to achieve or do as much as I had planned to, but let me not be so harsh on myself.
Agreed.
And let me go slow, because going slow and having a high productivity level as you go slow, and going slow with kindness, is also self-care.
Kindness towards the self, yes.
It's self-care.
Yeah.
Instead of just being all flustered and saying, oh goodness, I have to do this, I have to do that. And you will notice that when you step back and you say, okay, I wanted to do 10 things, but perhaps I'll slow down and I'll do 8 today.
Yeah.
You'll be able to give a lot more energy into that 8, because you've taken some time out for yourself also.
And give yourself a pat on the back for doing those 8 things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to be 100% all the time. The problem with most of us is we get so caught up in wanting to be 100% that we actually only can deliver 80%. But if we decide to do just 80% and then shift that 20% for the next day, you actually will perform at 100%. Do you get what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from. Yes, it's the mindset. If you're feeling good inside, your outside will be working perfectly.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling good inside, and when you take that time to slow down, or just go to the gym, for
Also,
example,
yeah, 2 things.
have that half an hour at the gym and get your endorphins going. Or there's this new talk about having ice cold baths, the Wim Hof method, to produce
I didn't know
more
that.
endorphins, or ice cold showers to produce more endorphins in the body, or just sitting back and doing some breath work. Now, Shobha, this is something I'm very big on.
I know, Seema. Please share and please teach me how to do that breath work.
Okay, so what does breath work do? What is breath work? Breath work is a form of pranayama, and pranayama is an ancient breathing technique where we learn how to control our breath.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to speak about Andrew Wales' technique of the 4-7-8 breath work method.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to try it
Yes.
for a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try.
So I'm going to ask you to sit with your spine erect,
Okay.
comfortably and easily,
Mm-hmm.
and keep your palms on your thighs facing the ceiling.
Okay.
So you're ready to receive.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to gently close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And slowly you're going to breathe out through your mouth. Shh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now just take a long deep breath in and exhale slowly through your mouth. Now we'll inhale through our nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale gently for 8 through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. And very slowly open your eyes. If you do 3 or 4 rounds of this, especially when you're feeling very stressed,
Very calming.
when that self-talk comes in, stop
Does make a difference.
and
Yes.
just sit down and just do some pranayama.
Just the breath work.
Just the breath work. And if you do 3 rounds, 4 rounds, you will notice a shift.
Okay.
There will be a gentle shift. The more you do it, the more often you do it, the better it will be. So I spoke to you about this method. What happens with breath work? You know, especially this method of the 4-7-8,
Yeah.
and many other schools of thought of breath work as well. It allows you to release your stress and strain. It helps to counteract anxiety.
That's so important.
So what Andrew Wales said was that this kind of breath work acts as a natural tranquilizer.
So then it's also good for being able to sleep, right?
Absolutely, it is very good for being able to sleep. You know that I practice the art of living, right?
Yes.
I follow
Yes.
His Holiness Sri Ravi
Yes.
Shankarji.
Yes.
And the Art of Living is one of the world's largest voluntary-based NGOs, and I'm one of their volunteers.
Okay.
So we have a fabulous breathwork technique, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in the form of the happiness program, which is the Sudarshan Kriya.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been practicing this since I'd say 2010, 2011, and it has shifted my life immensely.
Wonderful to know this, yes, because we lead so full lives. Our lives are always filled with things to do and people we relate with, and then we want to do so much more. So you need to have some technique that sort of grounds you and keeps you in balance. Like our balance tends to go up and down.
Balance tends to go up and down, especially when our mind is in the future.
And
This is
then
what
we
is-
think also of the past. Like sometimes it's the past, or like pendulum, we go past to future.
Present, past to present,
We
past
need
to
to be in
present.
the present, yeah.
So what His Holiness says is
so
that
powerful, yes.
is that when your mind is in the future, it's anxious,
Mm.
and when it's in the past, it's in regret.
Oh yeah.
So it's very important to have the tools to manage your stress, you know, to bring you into the present moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and how do you do this? Through breathwork
Breath.
and meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Because meditation brings you into the present moment. It brings you into the now.
Mm-hmm.
This moment now.
yeah.
You know,
That we are here together.
that you're here together.
Yeah.
So I swear by these techniques,
Mhm.
you know. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, we fill ourselves, our day starts with, oh my God, I have to drop the children to school, I have to cook a meal,
Yeah.
I have to pack my husband's lunch, I have to pay the bills, I have to go shopping, I have work, I have this. Oh my goodness, I had to submit that report. You know, the mind is in this constant chatter.
Yeah. And then we add with it that emotion, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not capable enough.
I'm
And-
not this enough. Everything just piles up into this
Together.
whole mess. You know, and sometimes you say, oh God, I'm all over the place.
and
Or you
then
bring
need
up a friend and
moment.
say, I know we had to meet today and do this project, but I'm not in a good space.
Mm.
Why? Why aren't you in that good
And then you
space?
say, I have brain fog.
I know. You're quoting me now. That's naughty. So, you know, what I find is that we eat every day, right? We have our breakfast, we have our lunch, we have our dinner. You know, we want to give our body that nourishment.
Mm.
Why don't we give our mind and soul that nourishment? Through
Yeah, so
breath
we-
work and
we-
meditation.
Exactly, we consume everything. In fact, we consume not just food but information, social media
Yes.
content. People said this, that person, is doing that, I can't do that. So we tend to consume
And
a
it
lot.
gets stored as impressions within our body. So you want to wipe your slate clean. Breathe it off and meditate.
I like what you said about the breathing, where you breathe into that stress, that anxiety, and let it out. And breathe into it and let it out.
So in the Art of Living, they have a very beautiful guided online meditation called Yoga Nidra.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows one to come into a very relaxed state of consciousness. Because it's a state of consciousness where you're between wakefulness and sleep. Okay, and it's a body scan guided meditation that takes you to different parts of your body where you can literally feel the sensations and the pains within different parts of your body. So you breathe into those spaces.
You become aware of all these little
It's
things.
a beautiful, beautiful yogic technique, I would say, and it also can induce very deep states of sleep for those who suffer from insomnia.
Yes.
If you do it at night, it helps immensely.
Okay, sounds very, very interesting.
I love to do it after an afternoon meal, just before I want to, start my afternoon. I don't want to say the word chores, because I want to be relaxed before I start the second half of my day.
Yeah.
So what I do is I have my afternoon meal, and then I give myself that self-care. At least 4 times a week. I know, look, it's not possible to do every day. To just sit back
and take those
lie
few
down
minutes.
flat and take those 20 minutes for myself, and my performance level for the next half of the day is far better than what it used to be. My energy levels are higher. I'm a happier person. I'm bubbling. I'm singing songs.
Wow.
Doing
You must try this. It's a natural, something natural.
It helps.
Yeah.
It really helps, So I think just implementing these few techniques into your life, and trying to eliminate that self-talk, trying to eliminate pulling ourselves down.
Yeah, but Seema, self-talk will always be there. So let's make friends with our self-talk.
I love that.
Yeah, we're not going to be self-critics, but self.
See, if we resist it,
yeah.
it's going to persist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we make friends with it and
But you
say,
can
look,
face up to it and
Yeah.
make friends with it and say, okay, it's there. How can I embrace you?
yeah, and how can I use you as a guide? Yes, okay, things didn't go as I expected it, but it is a sort of a guideline to say, okay, this didn't go well, but tomorrow it will. Another day I'll do better. I'll be better.
Absolutely.
So if you use the self-talk as more as a guide rather than complaining about the self or criticizing the self.
Absolutely.
So I think with that and the breath work, we can really have a fabulously fulfilling life.
Absolutely. And we can have wonderful Friendship Fridays.
Friendship Fridays!
Yay!